You call me primping my top. I thought it looked too wrinkly, but that's fine. It's me, and you know what can happen here. So thank you and for joining in. And it is Sunday night at 8 p.m. live with Judy K. So, anyway, we're starting tonight's date is November the 2nd, 2025. Isn't, oh my gosh, this year's going so fast. So remember, if you're not seeing this on that date, at 8 p.m. or later, you're watching a replay, which is fine. You can even get into the healing that's going to be at the end of it, and you can use that healing anytime. We're live, thanks to Andrew, my tech guy, from on Facebook and also on YouTube. All right. Oh, hi, Jody Lynn. How you doing? And Kufa and Kafro, they were kind of fixing their outfits also. I think before I started, they say hi, and John's down the hallway doing what John does best. He's watching it with Gracie, the little our dog today. She's not in my office. Hi, everybody. Hi, Deb. Hi, Joanna, and everything. So let me go. So now remember, pretty soon people are going to be asking to win the 3-card tarot pull. Now remember, you do have to be present for to be a winner. You can't give your card pool to somebody else. It has to be for you. And when I announce the winners, that'll be in about 15 minutes or so. As I said, you have to be present because I'm going to ask you a question. The question will be, do you want your tarot card pull on general, finances, or oh, I got to put this chat on. I didn't do it. Finances or romance, anything like that. Remember, I'm only doing a 3-card tarot pull. I'm not doing a psychic medium reading like I do on FaceTime and Zoom and in my office. We're just doing tarot cards. I had somebody call me the other day. A gentleman called me and was interested in a reading, and he says, "Are you a tarot card reader?" And I said, "Yeah, from 1969." I think I know the cards. Anyway, I do. I do the cards for fun. I mean, the cards are nice. Psychic medium work, you do get a lot more from. So if you're interested in having a psychic party at your location or coming into my office, you can always go on my website, which is judyk.net. No, it's judyk.psychicmedium.net. And you can also call me at 856-725-3588. I'm very good at talking to your spirit guides and deceased loved ones. And Andrew will have it up here for the right address. Hi, Tom. Hi, Debbie in St. Augustine, Florida. I just saw them the other day. Oh, it is judyk.net. See, I don't go on my own website. Anyway, we got a very, very important subject matter tonight. Later, and I'll be starting that in a few minutes. It actually came from one of my viewers, and Melissa Frederick asked about this the other week. I wasn't on last week because I was seeing Tom and Debbie and working in Florida. And Danielle Haggerty, hi, sweetheart. If you ever see any of my pictures that look better than the ones I take, it's because I've sent them to Danielle first. Thank you so much, Danielle. Oh, hi, Kate Bratt. Hi, Melissa. Oh, okay. We got people here I don't even know, which is nice. You're all welcome. You're all welcome. You'll get used to my little quirks that I have. I have quirks. I mean, look what I do for a full-time job. All right. Now, remember, too, with the tarot card pull, if you won in 3 weeks, so everybody gained a week. So if you won last week, it counts as a week. So if you didn't win the last 2 lives, you're still available to, win today. All righty. Now, my upcoming expos. Oh, my gosh, this is coming so fast. We are leaving for Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, and I will be there, and John will be there on Saturday and Sunday. That is November 8th and November 9th. The expo is open 10 to 5 p.m. both days. If you would like to pre-book your session, you're more than welcome to by contacting me and taking the pre-book times. You can also walk in. I don't go to the expo with all pre-books. That would not be fair for the walk-ins. It's not fair to everybody. So I take a few pre-books each day, and then there are other openings. So, this week's prayer list, Carmen Tumain, Sandy Coster, Tara Chaffee, Tim Merrick, Dee Gusha, and Diane Lepresti. They're all having health issues. Deb Prezanto is asking for positive prayers for something. It's very important. So, if you could please send her some positive prayers on that, besides praying for the ones on our prayer list. All right. Now, please feel free to comment here on Facebook, or you can also comment on YouTube. I don't answer the questions too often during the lives. One, because I have to keep my train of thought. So sometimes I'll look up, but I don't do that. All right, just so you know. Okay, tonight's subject, as I said, Melissa Frederick. She asked about it the last live I did. And what tonight's lecture is, and I want you to understand something. What I have to say tonight is based on my many years of being a psychic medium. It's based on my experience helping the family that has suffered the suicide of someone that they loved. And I'm also giving my lecture on helping the deceased. So I have to help the deceased a little differently than I help the clients that come in because a loved one committed suicide. So that is what I'm basing my knowledge on my lecture tonight. Now, the most important thing that I want all of you to remember is suicide is never the answer. And I literally mean that. I know they have different hotlines and things like that. If there's an issue, call them, go to them, because as I'm saying here, suicide is never the answer. Why isn't it the answer? Because a suicide causes so much sadness and loss that sometimes that cannot be healed to the loved ones that are left here living. It is a burden that they have to carry every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. Now, can they find happiness? Of course they can. But if you look at how you feel after a loved one dies from natural causes, health related issues, or anything like that, it's always with you every day, every week, every month, every year, and so on. So remember that with the suicide, not only has the person that committed suicide has to deal with that, they also have to see the people they left behind suffer from it. It's a sad thing, and I hate to lecture on something that is so sad, but it's very much needed. Okay? The sadness, I will say, from that is double what a natural death would leave for both parties. Now, when families come to me, the sadness, the despair, and all they want, in fact, no matter how the person passed, no matter if it was natural or not, we all want a few more minutes. Even me, I can talk to my parents, I can talk to my girlfriend, I can talk to all that are deceased, but all we want is a few more minutes. The same thing with the deceased. Once they get over there, after they want a few more minutes back here. So do they want to talk to you? Now, that's a very important question. Do they want to talk to you? Yes, they do. They want to talk to you because, one, they're going to feel guilt. And how do I know that? Because anytime a person is in my office, a family or a group member, because I have small group, I do private readings because a regular reading, I don't let people share. But on a small group mediumship only, so this is communicating with the deceased, sometimes you might get 3, 4 members, and they all should be together to speak to the other side. And that's fine. That's why I offer it. It's a lot cheaper than single readings. I mean, it's a big savings, but I do it to help the families. So what happens here is they're hurting, and I lock in, and you know how I'll know that this is not an accident? Well, sometimes it's an accident. I shouldn't say not all the time. I'm going to talk right now about suicides. How do I know? It's because that deceased person that's coming to talk to them is not coming right here to talk to me. They're not coming right there to talk to me. They're not coming in front of the table. They're not right behind the family that is heartbroken. They are always, always, always a far distance on the other side of my office. Have you been in my office? You know it's rectangular shaped, but down there. And as soon as I see them back there, they want to talk, but then I see them doing this. They're like, and they'll look at me and they'll ask me for another minute or so. They're not ready. Give me another minute. I want to talk, but I need another minute. Why? It's a different sadness than somebody that leaves under natural causes. So whatever they were feeling that made them make this decision, now they have to deal with the aftermath of their decision. All right. So as soon as I see that, sometimes I'll say to the family, it's there, give me another minute, or I'll take it someplace else, and then I'll start saying, okay, it's enough time. You have to come forward. I don't say you have to come forward. Okay, it's time. We're going to start. And they're always happy to communicate. I've never had one that wasn't. Oh, yes, I did have one that was unhappy to communicate. That's a whole different subject. I'm not even going to go there today. But I'll give you a little hint instead of leaving you in the air like that. If somebody's in a relationship where they're fighting all the time and they don't want to talk to the other person, usually when they come back, they don't want to talk to them either. And I can't help that. Okay. I can't put words in their mouth. As I always say, I can't add to what they're saying. I can't put words in their mouth. I tell you exactly what they're saying. So what happens here is they get back, and now they realized, because they couldn't think straight. Anybody that's going to think about suicide is not thinking straight. They're not, you know, they're caught up in emotion. They're caught up in their own pain. But what happens here is they have to slowly let it out. And they have to realize they're like a balloon. And you know how the balloon slowly releases, takes a while. So does the emotions of somebody like that on the other side. So sometimes they start off very like normal, and then sometimes they start, with I'm sorry and this, that, and the other thing, or they, and I will tell you this, I don't think I've ever heard them, the first thing they say is try to come up with an excuse. Never heard them say that I can recall. They never say, well, Judy, why? They never do that. They always say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand. I didn't mean it. So we have that. And then we have the heartbreak with the whole family. So by the time they're over with the reading, everything's as fine as it can be, as it can be. But you know how I always say to you, we have to keep our deceased people laughing. You don't want them to feel guilt. You don't want them to feel sadness. You don't want them to feel despair. And they will feel that if they see you're going through it. All right. So, what I always ask people, I said, yeah, do this for them. Tell them, come on, we're going shopping, get in the car. So that way they're included instead of just having to follow you there. Invite them. You can, as you're driving or something, say, remember that time you did such and such and it was really stupid, and you laugh about it. That's how you make things better for them. You see, we can change what's going on in our lives. They can't. Okay. So part of my lecture tonight is realize that once they make that decision, there's no turning back. But you can make it better for them. And by you laughing and talking to them, you'll feel them closer. And that'll make you feel better. Okay. Now, One second. I want to check this one more time. I think we're okay. Now, the question that I think Melissa answered, because it's not right in front of me, is in a way, do they get in trouble on the other side for leaving earlier than they should? Not everyone, not everyone. In some aspects, just like when we all go, we're all different soul. We all have a different history story. We all have this and we all have that. So the other side is very compassionate for us, okay? But sometimes they make you wait and stay here and watch all this instead of saying, let me make you feel better. I've seen that happen, okay? They still make them feel better, but was that the right decision, you think? And of course, they know it's not, okay? But as I said, there's no going back. So if you have a deceased relative that has done this, make them happier. Okay. I mean, no matter what, even if somebody left for natural causes, the heartache would still be there. Don't worry that they're being punished or anything, but it's not the right thing to do. And they will know that. Okay. But they're not going to get punished for it very badly. But you don't really want that. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to bring up on this is I've talked to a few people, and this to me, and you know me, if you've been with me and everything, I will sometimes laugh at some stuff that, like, I was reading somebody's cards the other week, and I laid the cards out, and I'm looking at them, I just started laughing, and they're sitting there thinking, "Oh my God." It was funny. I told them I'd tell them in a minute because that was in the third row. I couldn't tell them because I had to start at the top row. But anyway, I've had a few people tell me that they've gone to the other side, and when they came back, they said everybody on the other side is wearing beige or tan. I said, "What?" I mean, I have seen my relatives, I have seen other deceased people all dressed up like they're going to a party. I've seen them in suits, I've seen them in furs, I've seen them in anything you can imagine, okay? And they say everybody on the other side wears beige or tan. Now, in my estimation, even though I am kind of wearing brown today, yeah, but it is, perky. To me, if I had to go on the other side and everybody was wearing beige or tan, I would think I was in hell. I don't know if you think that too. Could you imagine everybody in tan or beige? That would drive me insane. Yeah. Don't, and I'm just reading Deb's right now. Don't feel guilty. You didn't do anything wrong. There was no signs for you to see because people cover that stuff up. You can always, and Carmen here, you can always find a reason to blame yourself, but it isn't you. It isn't you. It isn't. Sometimes if it wasn't for this reason, it would have been for that reason. So take all that pain, and in fact, we'll use this for the healing tonight. Okay. Use this for the healing tonight to release all that. They're fine. They're really fine. But just like if I say, okay, I'm in my office here, and say I had some important paperwork, okay, and say I got mad and I ripped it to shreds and then I burn it. Well, I'd feel bad about doing that because I can't do anything back to it. But everything would be all right. Okay, so realize everything can be all right for the deceased and for the living relatives that are here. Okay, I hope I helped you tonight. And we're all going to pray tonight also that not everyone is wearing tan or beige on the other side. I don't know. I must have the colorful, the colorful clothing area that comes to see me. Anyway, oh, the tarot poll. Let me see who's the winners. Oh my. I was so upset doing this as a lecture, but when I saw Melissa's post last week, and I know it affected everybody. Let me say one more thing that I've thought about saying before I give the names out. People, and this, remember we said, as soon as I see them all the way there, on that side where the doors are and a little bit past there, I think, oh, they're responsible. Now, it could also be they're responsible because they were driving incorrectly. I mean, maybe they weren't paying attention. They did something on the road and that's what took them. They would almost feel the same. People that can't stop drinking or taking drugs and they accidentally go, they would feel the same. So, in my estimation, that all encompasses suicide, okay? Even though it was not intentional. All right. So any dear souls on the other side, joke with them, make them happy, and invite them to go places with you. Hey, if you're going out for lunch, you don't have to buy it. I'm only kidding. All right. Let's see who. Okay, Danielle Mortimer. Oh my gosh, girl, you're a winner. Um, Carmen Tumayan and Joanne Tozy. You're the three winners tonight. So Danielle, Carmen. Oh my God, Carmen, you should see what I did to your name here. Okay, Carmen and Joanne Tozy, please let me know if you're looking for finances, romance, career, moving, anything like that. Give me one word. No, oh no, it's not the clothing you're buried in. The only time I saw somebody that was literally they literally showed themselves to me and what they were buried in was my great aunt. She did a full body apparition. I think I was in fourth grade when she did that. And it was pretty scary. And I might have been in fifth, but I think fourth grade. And it was full body apparition in the beautiful gown she was buried in, and she had her rings on. But I think that was just her choice, or maybe because she knew I was a kid, that would be it. But yeah, okay. So, and you can also ask for general. Okay, so Danielle just asked for general. Joanne asked for general. Okay, Carmen, I don't see what you want, sweetheart. Oh, she wants, hey, everybody's, okay, everybody's general. Okay. And then after that, we'll have the healing. Oops, a daisy. Okay. I keep thinking about that beige and tan. I have nightmares. Maybe it's a different section. Lord, when I go, don't put me in the beige and tan section. Uh, oh, it's a daisy. All right. I had these shuffled, but I felt like I had to hit them again. All right. Here we go. All right. Let's see who Spirit wants first. Joanne. Joanne, you're getting the first one. Okay. You notice my hands were going back and forth because Spirit was saying this way, no, that way. So I just relaxed for a minute before they said, Joanne, you've got some good cards, girl. You got the Three of Wands, which means making agreements and looking out to the future and everything. So where the card came in as first. So what you've been thinking about or thinking about planning, you now have the go ahead with it. You have the go ahead because you got the Judgment Major Tarot card after that, which means things are going to start. I don't want to use the word erupting, but things are starting to like a bloom. Okay, things are starting to bloom, and then you have success after that. Now, the success here is the Ten of Pentacles, which would be monetary with love and happiness. So basically, what you have is the green light totally for whatever you've been trying to form together. Sometimes it can be, even though we're doing general, it could mean, say I'm trying to spruce up my house and I don't know what to do. Then all of a sudden, this would say, okay, now it's all falling into place. Another thing with jobs, say, I'm working towards this. I'm trying to put it in so I can do this. All of a sudden, you've got it. And then you go down the lane. So because it's only 3-card tarot pull, Spirit's not telling me that, but you get the gist of what Spirit's telling you. So good green light time. Okay, now is it Carmen or is it Danielle? Let's see who's next. This is Carmen's. All right. Carmen, it says here you're a very nice person, which I know that, and everybody here knows that. But it says you have a very nice way about you. What you got the Temperance card, and the Temperance card is a very nice, peaceful, like giving, loving person. And before that, you had the Queen of Wands. And I always say the Queen of Wands thinks with her heart and her head. She's very nice. So you got two of that. They have the two of wands here, which means you would, everything that the way you are should bring you everything. You would think that. But Spirit's saying here that you have to look out farther. Okay. Which means if you're looking for love right now, things aren't going to fall in place right now. If you're looking to say for a new position or something, things aren't going to fall in, not going to go, they're not going to meld together. So do you have a green light? You have a green light, but you also have a blinking yellow, which means take yourself, the wonderful self you are, and think about what you want and which direction you want to go. And then you're going to have to do a little extra for it, what Spirit's saying. Just work a little hard and say, you know what direction I want? Well, if asking, I would say, I would like that. You might not say that to yourself, but when you ask yourself that, you say, you know what? This is what I want. Cards are saying, decide what road and then go for it. All right. But it's slow. It's a little slow. It's not stop. Don't, and you're not walking in thick mud. Okay. It's just going to be a little slow there, but it's still good. So you'll get there. All right. And oh, we have Danielle left. Okay. Hold on. Let me get the cards a little straightened out. Okay. Danielle. Smile. Okay, Danielle. Smile. With my dream I had. You know what? I wouldn't say that had to do with a dream, Carmen. I'm not feeling that at all. This is spirit. This is a little bit more above water. A dream would be like in the water. I don't mean literally saying that, but it's not that deep. This is a little higher. So it'll happen. All right, Danielle. Somebody's doing a lot of writing for you, and there's negotiations. I see negotiations, and then I have you will make things work. So this is saying that this will happen for you. You will make it work, but there's going to be some negotiations coming up, which is very good. What you have is you have the Page of Pentacles, which is pages are usually messages and stuff like that. But the page also has to do with money. Any kind of pentacles has something to do with money. So you have the Page of Pentacles. Next, you have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a stalemate, things coming together, stalemate, but we're talking stalemate. Okay, which is fine, but then you'll be working it perfectly. All right. So congratulations, the winners. And when I was going through the comments from the last live, everybody, I've said this before, everybody that comes into my lives on Sunday, you're always so nice to each other, and I really appreciate that, because that's, as I said, that's what we're here for. We're here to love and help one another. And all of you do that. All of you. Sometimes you can go someplace, even out in public, and somebody's going to have something bad to say, even if something good happens to somebody else. But they're not like this. Everybody's always congratulating everybody. And you made me really proud about that. Okay, so let's do the healing. Now, remember, tonight's healing is actually going to be for people suffering loss. Okay, but it's also for help the deceased on the other side to release feeling guilty for hurting the ones that are still here. I have to be careful what I say. When I said, because they know they caused hurt to those here, they still have love. They're still the same person, you know. They still love you. They still laugh. They still do that. But just like we would feel bad, they can too. All right. Okay, so here we go. Relax if you would like to be part of this healing session. I want you to relax. I would like you to close your eyes because you can accept it easier. And I do need loosey-goosey blood flow. Don't stiffen up because then you don't let it in so well. All right. You'll still get the healing, but you're going to get this much instead of this much. All right. So here we go. All right, everybody, just relax. As I say, you put your feet on the floor. If you can, that's okay too. But relax the body. And I'd like you to bring down your breathing a little bit and just relax. Okay, and here we go. I'd like you to inhale and then exhale through the mouth. Release. And relax. And feel the love of your deceased loved ones. Just feel their love surrounding you. They're all here. They're where you are. Feel that. Feel their closeness. Feel their comfort coming to you because of their love for you and because of your love for them. Let's send them the love and comfort from you to them. I feel one of them now is touching you on the back. It's like almost like a rubbing the back, but it's very, very light because it is a deceased hand and not a living hand. But they're rubbing just with comfort. I have a little girl coming in, besides the other deceased people that are here with me and with you. I have a little girl coming in. Okay, I don't know who she belongs to. She's happy. She's here. She's saying she's somebody's, I believe, sister. Somebody's sister. Somebody's sister. So she could also include a baby that was born deceased, or a baby that lasted a few days or anything like that. She was young when she passed. She can be a little bit older, but what I'm seeing is she didn't make it to teen years at all. She didn't. And deceased people can age progress, but not that far. So the age that I'm seeing her in, she could have either been a child or she could have been a newborn when she left. Okay, let's send the love and let's feel the love. And exhale. And open your eyes. I hope you felt all of that. There was awful lot of deceased loved ones coming. They heard. They know. They know. And you know, something happened to me and a friend of mine, a client that turned into a friend today. We were on the phone, well, way over an hour. But then something made me use something I had seen probably in the late 70s, early 80s on a TV show. And I thought, and I said that, and I said, I don't know why. Well, we both hung up. I hung up. And of course, I went on Facebook. And guess what? It was an ad in the pictures of what I told her about. And she knew about it because she had seen it too. But I never seen it on Facebook before. Never ever mentioned it. So why did it happen at that moment? It happened at that moment because Spirit wanted us to know that Spirit was there while we were speaking. See how that little itty bitty thing turned into a major confirmation. Okay? So you all have a blessed week. I will not be here next Sunday because I'll be in West Virginia. I hope to see some of you there. And then I'll be back the week after. Okay. So thank you very much. And you all have a wonderful night.